As a huge fan of Star Wars and a PhD history student, I'm very excited about this video. We're looking at the ancient warriors who inspired the Jedi. What if I told you that the lightsabers, the Force, and the entire Jedi Code can be traced back to real warriors who walked our planet? Today, we're diving into the ancient traditions that gave birth to the galaxy's most iconic peacekeepers. Let's start with the most obvious influence, the samurai. Lucas didn't even try to hide this one. The Jedi robes, that's literally a kimono. The emphasis on discipline, honor, and mastery of the blade, pure Bushido. Even the word Jedi might come from Jidai Jiki, Japanese period dramas featuring samurai. Definitely mispronounced that. But here's what's really cool. The samurai weren't just warriors. They were philosopher guardians who served a higher purpose, just like the Jedi. They followed a strict code, lived simply, and believed that mastering the sword meant mastering the self. George also drew very heavily from the Knights Templar. The Templars were medieval warrior monks who took vows of poverty and chastity. They couldn't own property, they couldn't have romantic relationships, and they also had a grand master, and they became very influential politically. Does that sound familiar? The Jedi ban on attachments? That's Templar DNA right there. Both orders saw themselves as guardian of peace, serving a higher authority. But here's where it gets dark. Just like the Jedi Council, they were wiped out in a single coordinated purge, and this is where George took inspiration for Order 66. I go into that in a lot more detail in another video, but it's a very interesting and dark topic. Now, it gets even deeper when we talk about the Force. George didn't just make this up out of thin air. He was synthesizing real spiritual traditions from across the world. The concept of chi in Eastern philosophy, that's universal life energy, and it flows through all things. That's the Force. Aikido, the martial art that emphasizes harmony and redirecting energy rather than brute force, that's literally what Yoda teaches. Lucas also pulled from Taoism's concept of the Tao, the fundamental nature of the universe, the balance between opposing forces, light and dark, yin and yang. The whole prophecy about bringing balance to the Force, that's ancient Chinese philosophy. Even the Jedi mind tricks have some roots in reality. Buddhist monks have practiced meditation techniques for thousands of years, believing in the power of focused consciousness to influence the world around them. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next one.